Hello there, I'm Gina Gardiner. I'm a #1 international best-selling author, I'm a speaker and an empowerment coach. Those of you that have seen me before will know that I am the founder of Genuinely You and also the Thrive Tribe membership group. Yesterday, I set out that I would make a commitment to do a Facebook Live every day for 30 days to share really with you what I'm trying to get up to, but also to share with you a bit of me and what I'm about. If you look on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on my website, Genuinely-You, there's lots and lots of opportunities to see me teaching, me sharing all sorts of strategies and principles that I live by and that I use to help lots of clients actually live an empowered, a fearless life, a life where they are authentically, genuinely who they are, and they step into their power because actually that they know they're enough. Now, my mission, I've got a very big, challenging mission, is to positively impact on the lives of 1 million people. Now, I don't necessarily mean that 1 million people, me impacting that person singly, but by helping people step into their power to become the matriarchs, the spiritual leaders of their family, their community, of the world, that every person is going to have an impact on other people, that person by person, they will impact upon the people that they know and those people on the people that they know. Now, I've had a really varied day. One of the reasons why I'm in the UK that I'm doing this very late at night, and I managed it before midnight, and I've kept my word and my commitment that I would do another Facebook today, #2 of 30. And today has actually offered a whole range of lessons. To start with this morning, that I was doing stuff around the house. I was catching up with emails, doing some gardening, watering. We're having a real heat wave at the moment. This afternoon, I took a friend and we went to an art course, and I'm not by any means a painter, but I came away with a picture that actually looks like what it's supposed to, and had a really creative afternoon. Then I went to see my nephew. My nephew is profoundly disabled, and I went to actually go and see him because my sister and her husband are away, and I just wanted to make sure that he was okay. He lives in a residential home, and I went to see him. And then I saw a friend, and we had a long conversation this evening about life in general. And there are certain themes that came up tonight which are actually really pertinent to what I'm working on achieving. And I'd really like your help to achieve that. And so one of the themes that came up was how often we put our needs down at the bottom of the list, that other people and what they want becomes the most important thing. Now, please don't think that I'm thinking that other people aren't important. My whole life is about service. My purpose is to help people. And I get a great sense of joy and satisfaction out of that. But what I've realized over the years, if you only put other people first and that you are at the bottom of the list, you don't care for yourself, that you don't actually remain authentic to who you are, that you become diminished by that. And as a result of becoming diminished by that, you're no longer able to help people in quite the same fulsome way. Those of you that have read my book, Thriving Not Surviving, The 5 Secret Pathways to Happiness, Success and Fulfillment, will know that from the book, that one of the themes is that you have to fill yourself up first. And that's one of the things I was doing this afternoon, was to take 3 hours to step off the world, to just go and focus on doing something for me, to be creative. And actually, I was very much in the moment. I was painting. It's never going to hang on the walls of the Tate Gallery, but it was something that really gave me a sense of being in that moment, being with me, being who I am. Part of the conversation with my friend was to look at how often in a partnership people don't do or say what they want to say in order not to upset the apple cart, not to upset the other person, to keep the status quo. And we had a discussion about whether that was a good thing or a bad thing. And it's one of those things that actually at times it's probably the appropriate thing to do. But if that's what you always do, that you never do what you want to, you never say what you'd like to say for fear of creating a confrontation, then when you do that time after time after time, you limit who you are. Now, there are ways of doing it that you don't have to upset or, be unpleasant, but actually you get one chance at life, so far as we know, and it makes sense to make the most of it. And if all of the time you are living in this grey world where you're not allowed to be who you are, then you need to question whether that's right for you in the long term. Now, of course, remember, I'm not saying that, that you should do everything you want all the time, that you should say what you want no matter what that does to anybody else. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you find yourself biting your lip, biting your tongue, and not actually being honest about who you are and how you want to be, and you're doing that consistently, then I would really urge you to question that. I mean, part of the conversation was around, how precious life was. And, I've lost people that I love. My brother suddenly dropped dead 8 years ago this May, very unexpectedly, and was devastated. But one of the learnings from that was you have each day, and you don't know, in fact, you have this moment, and you don't know actually whether this moment is going to continue to the moment after and the moment after, and how many of us find it so difficult to live in the moment and learning actually to, even if life is tough, to